Well, hey there, Megamaniacs. You got Mr. MegaManFan for another episode of Retro Hunting Adventures, but I'm trying a different format this time, so if you like it, let me know here in the comments or on Twitter at MRMEGAMANFAN, Mr. MegaManFan, and you can always subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. About 800 people have done so at the time of this filming, perhaps more by the time you're watching it, so hopefully you can join on my quest to get to 1,000, but this time, I'm going to do a little more gameplay footage and a little less game hunting footage because seeing the same locales every single time probably isn't super exciting, and there are only so many places in my local market I can look, so unless I'm on vacation traveling somewhere, I don't get new spots to hunt for retro games. But at one of my usual haunts, Trade Post, they were having buy one get one 50% off, so I picked up this ESPN X Games snowboarding game. I think this could have some potential. We'll give it a shot, see how it is. Hopefully it works. The disc had some dust on it when the clerk showed it to me, but she wiped it down and I didn't see any major gouges or scratches, so I think it'll be okay. I think there's just fingerprint grease on there, nothing more than that. And here's the real steal of the deal for buy one get one half off. Mick and Mack, Global Gladiators. If you know this game, you know it because of a very funny, not that I'm endorsing him in any way given some of his political views, but a very funny fast food episode of JonTron where he talks about fast food themed video games. So thought I would pick this one up because it goes for more than this loose and way more than this complete. So for $250, it's a steal. And if you consider the other one the half off, that's a steal at that price too, but not as much as this one would be. So, long story short, TLDR, gonna test 2 games today on Retro Hunting Adventures, starting with this PlayStation game, and then moving on to the Sega Genesis game. So, stick with me. This is Mr. MegaManFan, your retro enthusiast.
Yo, this is MegaMan. And you need to rock and or roll on over to Mr. MegaManFan's YouTube channel because it's all that rush to make it happen. Peace!
Alright, so here we go with the ESPN game. As usual with these, I have the sound down because I don't want to get any flags for it, so we're just playing this without hearing it because who knows who owns what, especially with this being ESPN. They might have some claims on it in some way, shape, or form. But so far, it looks like it's a working disc. We're getting a nice rotating X logo here. X marks the spot. And now we get to make some selections. We've got one player only because I don't have a second controller plugged in. I guess that's fine. What are the video options here? Let's see that. Intro, black box, decade, credits, X Games. Okay, I don't think I need to watch any of those. What's in this other options menu? Name entry, controller, load, save, password, high scores. Alright, why don't we just try a quick one-player game. See what we can do here. This is the character selection. I'm going to assume these are all real X Games athletes. The only one I know off the top of my head, current day, is Shaun White. I don't know if he'd be in a game this old. Let me look at the copyright date on here. This came out in 1998, so I'm going to be shocked if he has actually been around for 20 years. Not saying it's not possible, but I'm not anticipating it. Yeah, I think Shannon Dunn was the very first one, so we're going around in a circle now. Yeah, Shaun White's not going to be in here. That's okay. Let's give Shannon Dunn a shot. See if she's well done. Half Pipe, Midnight Express, Stadium, Slope Style, Mount Baker. Oh, let's just do Half Pipe. Keep in mind, I'm not going to know how to do any of these moves, But we're just trying the game out to make sure the disc works and everything is hunky-dory. You know, sometimes these sports games are fun, depending on the controls. And if they're cheap, so much the better. Style and flow will give you big points, I believe is what that said. But it clipped off quick while I was talking about something else. So, we're getting the pixelated, polygonated 32-bit generation graphics, as you can see here. And I'm going down. And I'm moving left and right. And the X button jumps. The longer I hold it, the more of a jump I think I do. Not quite sure on that. See if I can land a trick. Ooh, not bad. Okay. I think I can actually handle this. Let me see if I can do something more. What do these triangle buttons do? I want to do a cool trick, come on. And that's the finish line, so... Hey, at least I didn't wipe out. That's more than I can say for a lot of these. Oh, I guess my goal was just to get to the bottom. I thought I was trained to do tricks. I should have just made a straight beeline for the finish line. But you know what? I'm satisfied. I believe we can say this game works. So I'm going to turn this one off and let's go check out what I consider to be the more interesting of the pair. Mick and Mack, Global Gladiators. As always with these retro cartridge games, I like to give them a good thorough cleaning on the pins with some isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Use the purest alcohol you can, not grain alcohol or vodka, but the less diluted and watery it is, the better, because you don't want to introduce water into your cartridges. You only want to use alcohol to clean these contacts. They can be full of gunk and dirt and junk from the previous owner's uncleaned, dusty Sega Genesis. So whatever they left in there that transferred onto the cart, you don't want to transfer that into your system. Plus, you also could have a cartridge that doesn't work because the pins are covered in so much crap. And wait till you see the Q-tip I pull out of this one. I can already tell cleaning it was a good idea. You know, sometimes people leave their old video games sitting in a garage gathering dust. And that too can accumulate inside of these things. Woo, this one is a mess. And Tango may or may not rub his face on the tripod here. And if he does, then you're going to see the camera bounce around a bit because he just came downstairs and started rubbing on my leg. So he's getting friendly, which I don't mind. I always like having some company. He might even jump in my lap here. Let's see. Are you coming up, buddy? I think he just bumped the camera there. Well, let me show you this Q-tip. See how dirty that end is? That's from cleaning the cartridge. And this is the end I wiped it dry with, and that too is dirty. So it was definitely a good idea to clean Mick and Mack Global Gladiators first before playing it. Let's try that cartridge. Are you ready? This is them trying to make McDonald's hip for the 90s. There we go. Now I can jump. Nice sound effects. I guess I killed that thing with just one hit. I'm picking up some kind of tokens. Oh, I just ran into whatever that was. And I'm shooting my slime at the slime. And I've got some kind of timer down there. Well, it's a campy platformer, and I just died. Whoops! Takes me back to the beginning of the level. And there's that infamous pause sound. Dun dun! It's so happy to be paused. It even warps in and warps out the word pause when you do it. Yeah, this is an infamously cheesy game, and I don't mean because it's a McDonald's game. Anyway, that's Mick and Mack Global Gladiators. If anybody wants an extended play session of either of the games from Retro Hunting Adventures this week, then leave a comment below or tweet me at MRMEGAMANFAN. And of course, if you're not already a subscriber, mash that subscribe button and join the Megamaniacs for more retro hunting adventures and classic retro video games. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and I'll see you next time.